Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
When we think about something that brings out the best in us, it usually involves helping someone else. By donating plasma at a Grifols Center, you can help save millions of lives and show your good side to the world. You'll join thousands of people who donate safely each week, so patients get the plasma-derived medicines they rely on. And you'll be rewarded up to $1,000 your first month. Learn more at grifolsplasma.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. This week's Loud and Local Band of the Week is Enumclaw. Our Loud and Local Band of the Week, Enumclaw. You want to find out how to get their music? Well, Steve will tell you how.
You think they're named Enumclaw? Are they from Enumclaw? The answer is no. They're from Tacoma, and they have a brand new record. Yes, Enumclaw is from Tacoma, BJ.
Oh, my head.
And their debut album, which is called Jimbo Demo, it's coming out it's out today. So get it. It's awesome.
If you want more info, go to the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. And if you want more local music, tune in Sunday nights here on The Rock. It's Loud and Local, 2 hours of all local music, great bands like Enumclaw.
Let's play Beat Migs.
I will beat anyone that calls in to play the game. He's smarter than you. He'll make you look lame. 60 seconds on the clock. You're going down and I'm gonna rock. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, Beat Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, and we've made it. It's Friday.
Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Hey, Dan, he's jumping. Ooh, yeah.
Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the weekend.
Happy Friday, everyone. Danny is indeed jumping in his salmon kit. Looks like his goalie.
It's like orange means salmon?
Yeah.
I prefer orange.
Yeah, but it's kind of a pale, weird orange.
That's fine.
All right, then.
Neon, kinda.
It's cute.
It's like a radioactive salmon.
There you go. Radioactive salmon. That's the new color.
Go Sounders.
color.
Go Sounders.
Go Sounders. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Scotty in Tukwila. Scotty, are you there?
Scotty!
Yeah, good morning. Happy Friday, guys.
Happy Friday, Scotty. All right, Steve, get out of here.
Scotty, get out of here.
For those playing at home, Scotty will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Scotty, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. You ready?
Let's do it.
Who won an Academy Award for his portrayal of Jake LaMotta in the film Raging Bull?
Pass.
What candy bar has the slogan, "You're not you when you're hungry"?
Snickers.
Yes. Who played the title character in the sitcom Frasier?
Kelsey Grammer.
Yes. The Baskin-Robbins logo is blue, white, and what other color?
Pink.
Yes. What year in the mid-2000s did Nintendo first introduce the Wii?
2001.
No.
2004, 2005.
No. Trenton is the capital of what U.S. state?
New Jersey.
Yes. Who released an album in 1973 titled Goodbye Yellow Brick Road?
Elton John?
Yes. Pork rinds are made from what part of the pig?
Skin.
Yes. Who wrote the 1976 novel Interview with the Vampire?
Pass.
What city in Wisconsin is the setting for Happy Days?
Oh, shoot. I don't know. Green? I don't know.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 correct.
Oh, doesn't know his Wisconsin
I
cities
even
very
know
well.
I know the Raging Bull one now, too.
Oh, well, don't say anything.
I'm not gonna.
Steve's coming back right now. And
Give that bum any help.
whoa, man. BJ just called you a bum, Steve.
That's right.
Oh, man. That's rude. It's Friday.
I know.
He doesn't need any help.
Not pulling
Just
any
let him-
punches today, are you?
Nope. That's right. Going into this Friday, crabby.
Steve, are you ready?
Ah, yes.
Who won an Academy Award for his portrayal of Jake LaMotta in the film Raging
Robert De
Bull?
Niro.
Yes. What candy bar has the slogan, "You're not you when you're hungry"?
Snickers.
Yes. Who played the title character in the sitcom Frasier?
Kelsey Grammer.
Yes. The Baskin-Robbins logo is blue, white, and what other color?
Salmon.
No.
Pink.
Yes.
That's it.
What year in the mid-2000s did Nintendo first introduce the Wii?
2004.
No.
2005.
No.
2006.
Yes. Trenton is the capital of what U.S. state?
New Jersey.
Yes. Who released an album in 1973 titled Goodbye Yellow Brick Road?
Elton John.
Yes. Pork rinds are made of what part of the pig?
The skin.
Yes. Who wrote the 1976 novel Interview with the Vampire?
Is that Bram Stoker?
No.
Stanley Kubrick?
No.
Stephen King?
No. What city in Wisconsin is the setting for Happy Days?
Kenosha?
No.
Oh, crap. Milwaukee.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Steve, you win 6-9.
Nice.
Gotta say it that way. Sorry, Scotty.
Sorry, Scotty.
That's all right. Good job, man.
Peace out.
Thank you.
Take it easy, Scotty.
Star up in the sky, from that mountain peak up high. Hey, I made it.
You did make it.
The world's greatest.
I mean, the greatest we could find, really.
The only one you missed, and I don't know if you mean to do it, but it's Bram Stoker.
Was that the actual answer?
No.
Okay, because
No.
I was doing it to be a douche.
Okay. Every time you say Bram Stoker, it makes me laugh every time.
First time I did it was purely unintentional. Ever since then, I felt like that's the greatest adult film name ever.
I really should be.
Oh, yeah.
BJ, do you happen to know who wrote Interview with the Vampire?
I do. Does Vicky know?
Anne Rice?
Anne Rice.
Good job,
Yes.
Vic.
I knew Vicky knew it.
Yeah. She did all of those, the Vampire Lestat, all the Vampire Chronicles, and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was where Kristen, what's the
Kirsten Dunst.
Dunst, yeah, Kirsten, thank you. Kirsten Dunst was like a little kid in that.
She was, and Brad Pitt was in it, and Tom Cruise as Lestat, which everyone hated, but then they watched it and was like, oh, wait, he's amazing, so that worked out.
And Antonio Banderas.
Antonio Banderas.
That's right, he was in that too.
Forgot about that.
Yeah,
lots of good people in that.
It's a great movie. Congratulations, Steve. You
Thank
won
you.
with 9 correct.
Big win. Big win. I have to tell you something. This next story, I feel like I'm on the cutting edge of technology here. I feel pretty good considering I'm the old man, but people are still having a problem figuring out how to pay for like the bill when they're at a restaurant, like a bunch of friends or a bunch of people together. Because the poll said, hey, when a bill comes at a restaurant, should you each pay for yourselves or just divide it up and all pay the same? And the results are split down the middle.
How do you do it?
What you should do. I just, you know what? Here's what I do. I say, look, I'll pay for everything. Venmo me or Zelle me or Cash App me or Google Pay me. Anything that you feel like whatever your meal was, you know, and throw in whatever you think the tip should be. I just let everybody do it themselves. But, you know, that way the server doesn't have to have it, you know, because sometimes I'll go to breakfast with 6 or 7 different people.
That's setting yourself up for failure, though.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, look, if they're freeloaders, they're going to get one time to be a freeloader. I mean, if it turns out the bill's like $100 and something, and I don't at least get, 60% of that back from the, people that then guess what? They're going to pay then. I'm going to go, hey, you're on your own. I'll just tell the person, give them a separate bill.
Typically, I mean, I'm going maybe one or two other people tops when I go get lunch. Like, otherwise, it's too many. But then it's just like you got to figure it out differently. But like, if it's like myself and like Munson and J-Mac, we go get like Trappers. We're like, they bring us the bill. We're like, can you just split it 3 ways? Like, even though maybe a couple of the guys had more beers, or someone didn't have, it's like, it'll even out, whatever. That's totally fine. I'm not gonna, or like when Ted and I go get, sometimes like he's crushing several beers and I'm having like a Diet Coke. I'm like, just split it down the middle. It's a lot easier than trying to itemize the whole thing. I do like nowadays with the whole, when they have like that scanner on the table because of COVID, a lot of times not only do you have the menu, but then that's how you handle your bill. And you can actually determine, like, okay, I'm going to pay for these things, and the other person goes on their phone and they pay for the other things, and it's easy.
That's really easy.
A lot of times the server, I don't know for you guys, but a lot of times servers will ask you, how do you want the bill? Like, before they even bring it. There's been a lot of times recently where I don't even get the bill, and they just ask, how do you want the bill? So they just itemize it themselves without me asking.
Yeah.
So that's how I usually do it.
I think it's a lot easier now for them than it maybe was like several years ago where they had to like pull out a calculator or something like that. Then that was a pain in the ass. But nowadays I think it's so computerized that they can just take 3 cards and do it really quick.
Oh, yeah.
When it's usually if they have the program to do it, they ask at the beginning of the meal if it's more than like 2 people usually, and you can split it off into different sections within the computer program most of the time, which is really, really convenient. So it's not actually too hard. It's like print and then you're done.
But if it's like a party of 5 or more, I feel like just give us one bill and we'll figure it out.
I mean, that's nice too. Like, don't get me wrong, that is really nice.
Like someone even said party of 15, that will ruin the server's life.
I had a party once where it was a family event when I was a server, and it was like 20 to 30 people because they kept showing up, and it was one of those all white parties, so they were dressed in all white. So I could not, and they kept moving around, so I couldn't tell because it's family. They all look alike. I couldn't figure out who was who. I'm like, wait, what drinks did you have? And I mean, it all got paid for at the end, but I felt so bad.
Oh, yeah, that's a beating. I'd be like, you know what? I'm not splitting this, and you better pay the whole thing.
Do you guys play the game of who's the better tipper? Like, everyone puts on a tip, you kind of look and see, did I give more or did not? Like, sometimes I think Ted and I go head-to-head every once in a while. Like, we always go $1 more than the other guy, just for fun.
And I'm the kind of person where I don't want to make the other person look bad, and they get mad at me when I ask, like, how much you going to tip? Let's talk about it. They don't want to do that. And I go, well, I don't want you to look bad if I either tip higher or lower. I mean, I feel like she should get, what do you think is fair for what she should get when we split? And sometimes people look at me like, why are you asking that? That's a personal question. I'm like, all right.
That's the person that's going to give a cheap tip. That's
yeah,
why.
Exactly. You're absolutely right.
I'm so bad at math that I just hand it to my girlfriend and she figures it out.
Figure it out?
Yeah. Because I can't do it. Like, I don't know why I can't do 20-25% in my head. I just cannot do it. So it's just like, hey, you're good at math.
You should just look at the receipt. Sometimes they even give you the math.
Yeah,
those are
so
my
helpful.
favorite restaurants.
Those are the best restaurants.
Those are the ones you go back to.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody does that now. And if they don't, they're kind of dumb because, Danny, you're not the only one that has that problem.
Yeah.
We got a woman that is getting divorced. Why? She's getting divorced because she can't stop feeding a pig.
Is that like a naughty term or something?
I don't know. I'll tell you all about this at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a couple in Israel, and they're getting divorced after 17 years of marriage. Now, why is this happening? Well, the reason for the divorce is because their garden has been overrun by dangerous wild boars. And wild boars can be a beating. I watched enough Survivor to know they can be a beating.
Oh, wild boar. As you said, wild whores. I'm like, well, yeah, of course I'd be getting divorced. I mean,
I don't know. What if they were wild whores in your favor?
Can't trust them.
Oh, that's what it is. All right. And so why are wild boars overrunning their garden? It's because the wife won't stop feeding them, so they keep coming back. And the guy's like, yeah, she lets these wild boars come into our garden. She feeds them. It's really bizarre. I'm afraid of them attacking me. They've already attacked people in the city. It's a life-threatening situation, and they can be vicious, these wild boars. So the wife, though, is like, I'm not going to stop feeding them.
I mean, will the boars be nicer because they're feeding them? You know, you hear the stories of like crows are friendlier to people if they give them treats. Are boars
I don't know if crows can actually kill you the way a wild boar can.
True. I mean, if they were as big as a boar, they could. But you're right.
I don't. I don't really know if the boars end up going, "Hey, buddy, you know what? Don't worry about it." But see, I would be afraid that like they would be in competition with me for the wife. Sometimes you got dogs that do that. They get mad if you're the new boyfriend in a relationship. The dog is not happy if she's like yeah. I mean, I've known that's happened. I've had to deal with that way back in the days. Like, oh, were you serious with your stupid dog?
I'd love to know why. Like, why can't you just not feed the boars? I mean, if it's actually what the guy's saying, it sounds like this is a legit fear. Like, if it's attacks some people in the city, why would you want them in your backyard?
Yeah, I don't. I try to get in the head of people that don't understand. Like, these creatures are wild. Their job is to go find their own food. They don't need you to feed them, because if you weren't around, what would they would? They're not domesticated, so they'll find their way. They'll go out and do what they got to do. So the dude was like, "Hey, it's either me or the boars," and she chose the boars.
You got to be kidding me.
She likes the boars more than him. So
after 17 years together, she's.
I don't think she really liked him. It's
been 17. She's been waiting for that final straw, and it's the wild boars.
Yeah, she probably found him boring. Thank you.
I'm choosing the boars over Ruth.
Oh.
I'm doing it. Sorry. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's 17 years of marriage. She chose the boars over the boar.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
All right. We got a couple getting divorced because the woman won't stop feeding dangerous wild boars. Based on this, what was the most ridiculous reason why a relationship ended for you? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What is the most ridiculous reason why a relationship ended for you? We got your calls. We got your texts after Lit on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
When we think about something that brings out the best in us, it usually involves helping someone else. By donating plasma at a Griffel Center, you can help save millions of lives and show your good side to the world. You'll join thousands of people who donate safely each week, so patients get the plasma-derived medicines they rely on. And you'll be rewarded up to $1,000 your first month. Learn more at griffelsplasma.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A couple is getting divorced because the woman won't stop feeding dangerous wild boars. He gave her the ultimatum. It's either me or the boars. She's like, peace out, buddy.
Could you imagine being him and like you're thinking, this is an ultimatum, I feel like I've gotten the bag. And then all of a sudden she's like, no, not going with you.
Yeah. That, you know what, he's better off. Honestly, if she's really wanting to just hang out with these wild, dangerous creatures, and like, okay, yeah, you know what, 17 years, I probably should have, yeah, I'll chalk it up to like, all right, I'm out. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. And that's what we want to find out. What is the most ridiculous reason why a relationship ended for you? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Sean in Mukilteo. Sean, you are on The Rock.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Sean. Welcome to the show. What you got for us, buddy?
So this all happened back in about 2006, 2007. I was dating one of my sister's best friends.
Okay.
Which is always a bad idea to begin with. But anyway, the ex before her ended up sending a very explicit email to my then at the time girlfriend, which she believed. and it was around the holiday season, so it had to do with my quote unquote candy cane.
Okay. So wait a second. So an ex-girlfriend of yours somehow sent a message to your current girlfriend.
Yeah, and I have no idea even how she got the email address.
All right.
Damn.
And so
spiteful.
And so what did that lead to? Does that lead to the breakup? Is that what happened?
Oh, yeah. No, she accused me of doing that, and I explained to her that I had nothing to do with that was all false information that she had received. And then that just spiraled.
Well, you've really got some women in your life. Those two women, not exactly the most stable.
I tend to go after the crazy.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Yeah, man. The fact that oh wow, it is amazing as some people will put the time into that. Like, somebody broke up with you, and you're willing to put the time into hunting down their new girlfriend or new boyfriend, get their email address, then just send this horrific stuff out there, rather than just maybe go find somebody new to make you happy to be with.
Man, it's just sometimes I think people just get lost in their own craziness. And it's funny, though, he says that. I'm a fan of crazy. Because I remember I had a buddy many years ago, and he was asking me about a girl that I knew. And he's like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm getting a vibe, though, that she's kind of nuts. And I'm like, that vibe is correct. And I gave him, reasons why. And then, a few weeks later, he's telling me how they've been hanging out for a couple weeks, and they're getting serious. And I'm just like, well, okay. I mean, and it didn't end well. And when it didn't end well, I was like, you know that there were red flags before you guys even had your first date. And he's like, oh, I know. I was figured that the sex would be good, and it was, but it wasn't worth it. I was like, okay, well, valuable lesson.
I feel like it's worth it if you can end it. It's like if you're not with that person, then down the road, you're going to take a look and go, yeah, as crazy as things were, you know what, though? I mean, I like sex, and so that it's not like you got to
get married. Didn't get married. Didn't have any kids.
Yeah, I think he's the winner. Because he got out and he got to have some good sex.
How about this texter says, Steve, I was with this girl for 3 weeks. She told me that I killed her and our 2 kids in a past life, and I have a lot of things to make up for it because of it. I stood up and I just left. Red flag.
Yeah, that is.
Oh man, part of me would want to stick around just to see if we could resolve this.
Wow.
I don't know, what do I have to do to make up for killing our kids and killing you in a past life?
Okay. This is, again.
They were together for 3 weeks.
Dude, this is my wife's people. My wife's people are the people, they believe in the past lives, reincarnation, whatever. And look, I have no idea if any of this is true. But, the thing is that 99.9% of us do not remember any past lives. And so, therefore, whatever I'm thinking in my head is either a hallucination, a dream. Come on. You can't tell somebody that they did that. I mean,
what are the odds, though? If let's just say she believes all that stuff. What are the odds that she actually, in this entire world, ran into the person that she was once with that killed her?
Well, did you ever hear
Did
you ever hear the joke? I don't know who did this. It's a great joke where, have you noticed when people do past life regressions, they're not just regular people. They were always princes or princess. They were always important people. Right. It's as opposed to, oh yeah, I was the janitor. Nobody ever goes, in my past life, I was a janitor. And I really didn't do much. And there was no excitement in my life. It's such, it's like that hokey. I'm just so, and I use the word hokey. Well, I want to do something else, but you know what? We're still in, a friendly station.
So he said, for my 25th birthday, my girlfriend invited her friend over for a threesome. The next day we broke up because I enjoyed it.
What?
Question mark.
Yeah. The thing is, as a dude, you really, boy, oh boy, you got to pay attention to these deals that are too good to be true.
So what? In that situation, you got to find a way to enjoy it, but not show that you're enjoying it that much.
You really have to not do it at all. I'm telling you, there's no winning.
Oh, you can't in the throw the pass and be oh, you're so much. Actually, you're not as good as my girlfriend. She's so much better at you than this.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
Don't worry. It feels good, though. I appreciate you doing this to me. Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, you're really not supposed to do it. I mean, honestly, unless you know going in, this relationship's over. If you're I don't care about this relationship, because it will end. I mean, unless you've got enlightened people. But how many of them are out there that are really enlightened enough that they don't mind watching you rail somebody else and have a great time?
Well, unfortunately for him, he was 25 when this happened. I can't imagine he's ever gotten a better birthday gift.
Yeah. That's a great birthday gift.
Does it get any better than that? That's quite the gift.
And at 25, again, I mean, you're the winner, right? He's not with that person, and he's still got to have that birthday gift.
Right.
I mean, I mean, if you're going to be with somebody that goes, hey, we're getting you this for your birthday, and then you enjoy the cake, and then they get mad at you for eating the cake, you don't want to be with that person.
Do you share that birthday gift with future girlfriends? Like, let's say he's now 35, and like he's with somebody, and like, well, Sheila, back when I was 25, she brought her friend over. That was a pretty cool gift. Did you say that?
Yeah, Steve, I think you know the answer to that question. Do you
I don't need to ask that question.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, that's, you know what, that's it. That's, you know what, if you just don't have the courage to end a relationship, that's the way to do it.
Well, this person said, I was dating a girl in high school. I found that she was poking holes in my condoms with a needle.
Oh boy.
Screw you,
that's
Sam.
Not cool.
Yeah, Sam. That's not cool.
That is so not cool. Oh, yeah. Let's go to Barbara in Tacoma. Barbara, you are on the rock.
Hi, guys. Long-time listener, first-time caller. How you guys today?
Welcome to the show, Barbara.
Great. Well, I had a really crazy Aunt B. She was cuckoo, like a loon. And her and my uncle were married for 50 years.
Wow.
And after the third time she tried to kill him, he finally left her.
Wait. Wait. What?
Oh, she was just like, one time he was out fixing something on the roof, and she knocked the ladder out from underneath him, right? And he broke his arm and all this stuff.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Then she was like putting stuff in his food, making him sick.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And then the last time they were getting ready to go to dinner, and she was driving, which she shouldn't have been. And he came around, the front of the car to get in the car. She pinned him up against the garage with the car.
Okay.
Was that the final straw?
That was it. He's like, I can't take it no more, man.
Wow.
She would do things like, he would wake up with a pillow over his head. And
man.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. She needed to talk to somebody. Can you tell me how long ago this was, like from the car incident? When did that happen?
This was back in probably the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, you guys, you young kids today with your rock and roll music and you're getting to basically express yourself, everything, and not have a problem. This stuff like that happened, and really, you just didn't say anything about it. Like, I can imagine him like, there's nobody I can tell about this, really, because nobody is. People did a lot of really weird and effed up stuff that was accepted by society. Like, oh, just work that out. You guys need to work that out. She's obviously pissed. What did you do wrong? I could hear people go, what did you do wrong? Because you probably deserve to have yourself pinned up against the garage with a car. Which nowadays you hear a story like that and you go, that woman should be arrested. But boy, back then I grew up with a lot of stories like that where it's like my brain could not figure it out. My brain just couldn't figure out, like, I had a cousin that she ended up getting divorced because she had an abusive husband. And my family was so mean to her and called her such a failure. And I remember here I am at 12 years old. My family hates me because I'm like, I don't understand why she's the bad guy here. It makes no sense to me. I feel like she's smart because she got away from that idiot so her kids wouldn't be in danger. And my whole family looked at me like I was insane. It's like, you don't understand. She's divorced. You don't ever get divorced.
There was a massive amount of embarrassment back in those days for people that would get divorced. I remember my aunt, she had a failed marriage. It was like a year. It was not good. It was very abusive, and she got out of it quick. And it was like almost like never spoken of. Like, yeah. And then she ended up, marrying my uncle, sadly no longer with us, but is the most incredible person. And like that would have never happened had she not left. So it's like, it's such a funny thing. Like, so she should just stay in this situation and be miserable, or should she just get out while she still can and get into a better situation?
That's how society has evolved. And obviously, if you weren't alive for that, you just don't know. You never lived it, and your brain can't comprehend that was the norm. Like, she would have to, she had to probably fight so much scorn and ridicule to do what she wanted to do just so that she could have a normal life and not be treated like crap. Right. Which, and nowadays, of course, no one would say anything to her. But back then, yeah, Stephen. So I really could see this dude go, okay, I don't want to deal with people calling me a divorcee, but I mean, this is the third time she's tried to kill me. I need to get out.
Yeah, can you stop waking me up with a pillow over my face, please?
Wow.
Trying to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah,
but I do want to wake up at some point.
Yeah, this is, I think, why I'm the way I am. I grew up in a society where this was considered okay.
How about this text says it was our first date. We were reading it. We were at a bookstore and I was looking at a WWE picture book. I had no intention of buying it until she told me not to. So I bought the book and she left.
Oh, do you?
Wow, is her name Mrs. Miggs?
Oh, yeah, it gets brought up a lot still to this day where she's just like, I remember that time where I said, do you like wrestling? And I was like, oh, yeah, I like it a little bit. It's all right. And then when we started getting serious, you realize a little bit it's all right. It's actually meant that I'm very obsessed with it.
I can't. I mean, that really. Oh, look, you have a right to be with whoever you want to be with, but really, a wrestling picture book and you're calling quits on that? Okay. Look, I'm not a fan of wrestling, but Steve, I think that, you know what, you've got other qualities that would still make you a good person to be with in spite of the wrestling. That to me is like, you don't deserve to be with anybody if that's going to be your bottom line. And that's the bottom line.
Well, if it's a picture book, he should have opened up the page with John Cena, then she wouldn't have seen it. And then I think everything would have been all right. Sorry.
Okay, this might be the reason I might be done with you.
There you go. I was trying to think of like mine, like what was like a dumb reason. And I was thinking about a relationship that was not actual like a romantic relationship, but it was a friendship, because that's a relationship. Yeah. Okay. And I remember we had like my wife and I, we had a couples friend that we would hang out from time to time, and they were like, hey, come to Seattle, there's a disco night, we're gonna go disco dancing.
Okay.
And they weren't like super close friends, but they were friends enough. And I'm like, and I just point blank said no, I'm sorry. And I go, well, why not? I was like, I'm sorry, I just don't want to disco dance, that sounds stupid, but like, let us know the next time you guys are going out, we'll meet up another time. No harm. Like, I'm not telling you not to go disco dancing. We just think disco dancing is stupid.
Did you actually put it that way?
Well, I said it was stupid, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't say the second part. I was like, no, I'm like, because they asked why, and I'm like, well, I just think disco dancing's stupid. Doesn't mean I'm insulting you. They didn't create disco dancing. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
I mean, is this the thing you like? It's dumb.
Yes. Yeah. See, that's the, that's
if I needed to go to a wrestling show and they're like, no, we think wrestling's stupid, I'm not going to be like, I'm mad at you.
Well, see, that's
a difference of opinion.
It's still a rude way to say it.
You see, Steve is from New York in the Northeast. I get what Steve's talking about. When we say things are stupid in the Northeast, we really don't mean that they're stupid.
I mean it's stupid. Disco dancing is stupid.
Well, what you mean, like, translating New Yorkese, it means I don't like this. And I know you do. I don't like it, so I don't ever ask me to go do this.
I don't like
really
it
what it
because
means.
It's stupid.
It's like, I don't like it because it's not my jam, but you have fun.
Well, that's what he means.
I did say have fun, and let us know next time you go hanging out. You're not doing some stupid like disco dance.
Exactly. There's just something harsh about the word stupid.
I didn't say they're stupid.
I know, but the word stupid, it's so crazy to me. Like, the word stupid
I love this. Vicky,
I love that Vicky keeps going.
In Spanish, stupid though, like when I called my brother stupid, I would get in massive trouble, like be calling him the B word, you know?
Well, maybe stupid's a little bit more harsh of a thing in I don't know, in your culture.
And it is. And so I'm wondering if it's just like an East Coast, West Coast thing. Like
it's totally an East Coast, West Coast thing. He doesn't even know what he's saying. He looks at you and he has no idea that saying something is stupid is insulting. Steve will be like, what is wrong with you? Eventually,
I'm trying to help so he doesn't lose more friends.
Long story short, too late. But they unfriended us on Facebook after
Really?
that. Yes.
No.
Never heard from them again.
By the way, that's the Pacific Northwest way of calling you stupid. They just unfriend you.
Right. They're just like, it's like, we just couldn't stop laughing about that. I'm like, well, all right. I mean, what am I going to, like, shed a tear over it?
Yes.
But,
oh, my God. Your entire attitude is so Northeast. This is so, well, you're stupid. What am I going to shed a tear? Am I going to lose sleep over you? Go and do what you want now, you stupid disco.
You're going to unfriend someone because I said disco dancing is stupid.
Yes. But again, if you're talking to somebody like me or anybody from the Northeast, I'm 100% with you. Steve's like, what's wrong with these people? And if I'm like Vicky, I completely understand you because it's a very harsh thing to say what people like is stupid. It is cultural. It is. That's why this big country of ours is insane. We have so many cultures in this country and we don't realize it because we think, well, we're all Americans, right? I mean, why would we ever get in fights? But I mean, Northeast versus Pacific Northwest, it is opposite. It is yin and yang, man.
Yeah, someone says stupid is insulting for sure. Yeah. All right, well, I like to apologize to disco dancing.
Well, you know, Steve. It is. And it is not insulting. It is just another adjective saying I don't want to do something or whatever you call it. It's just, I don't want to do that. That's really what it means. But instead it's like, well, if I don't want to do it, then it must be stupid. That's awesome. All right. Well, hey, we've got, wow. If you think we're rude, well, we've got the host of the TV hit show, the hit TV show Bar Rescue, John Taffer, is going to be with us at 7:51 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, if you're upside down in your mortgage, should you continue to make the payment?
Continuing to pay your mortgage or not is a complex decision because you're going to have to pay to live somewhere. You're going to have a housing payment. So continuing to make your house payment really depends on several factors. One is whether or not you have a second mortgage. The second one is how affordable your ongoing monthly mortgage payment is. Another issue is whether your mortgage is adjustable and you're facing an increase in your mortgage payments later on when interest rates go up. If you do have a second mortgage in this economy with the housing prices being down, oftentimes we can take off or strip off that second mortgage in a Chapter 13 case so that you'd only have the first mortgage to continue to pay.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.